First, I started by asking for a basic retrieve to see where our baseline behavior would be at. As you can see, there is no comprehension on how to lift the phone out of the charging dock, as well as which item he is supposed to retrieve. Eventually, he does get the final behavior, but it is inefficient and sloppy at best. I need to teach him how to lift the phone out of the charging dock by tilting his head. So I start with the phone horizontal and will continually increase until the phone is vertical to get the desired head tilt.
Get it? Good.
As the dog continues to be successful, I continue to raise criteria until the phone is in a vertical position.
Sit. Yes.
Now that he understands the head tilt, we are ready to add the phone to the base. I keep one hand on top of the phone for continuity's sake so that he understands this is still the same game that we have been playing.
Yes. Get it?
Since he continues to be successful, next we want to start proofing the behavior by practicing changing the phone directions to ensure fluidity.
Yes.
Now I can fade the other hand away from the phone. I introduce the phrase, "get the phone," as the cue for the behavior. We then practice the behavior from different angles to ensure he understands what the phrase means. Now that he knows how to get the phone and what cue will be given to start the behavior, we are ready to practice in a real-world environment.
Get the phone. Yes. Good boy. Thank you.
If the dog is comfortable and successful in the real-world environment, you can increase the distance between the starting and the ending points. It's important to note that the starting point must always remain the same. In this example, the phone is always on the specific coffee table. If criteria is raised too quickly, it can cause confusion in the behavior. In this example, the dog is confused because not only did I increase distance between myself and the phone, but I also changed the location that I was sitting at. He does eventually get the behavior and is heavily reinforced for it, but we know not to proceed with moving forward until he understands what the correct response is from this distance and this location.
Thank you. Good boy.
Next, I want to continue proofing the cue and generalizing the behavior by cueing from another room where the phone is still visible. Once the dog can complete the behavior from another room where the phone is visible, we are now ready to practice when the phone is out of sight. This is important because we want to ensure that the dog is basing their behavior on the verbal and/or physical cues rather than any contextual clues that are in the environment.
Good. What a good boy.
Continue to generalize the cue to the environment that the dog will be performing the final behavior in. You can practice in different rooms, different people, change up the lighting, sounds, anything that's going to ensure fluidity of the behavior. Then you have your final result.
Go get the phone. Good boy. Very, very nice.